guys, welcome to Double Shot of Penguins. I'm Dejan Kovacevic. He's Chris Halleck. We're from DK Pittsburgh Sports. She, over there, is Taylor Haas. She was covering the Penguins practice today in Cranberry, and she has unsettling, I think, news for us.
Malkin and Letang did not practice. The way the team announces stuff like this is they'll put it out on the PR account before practice starts, and they did that, and they said there will be no update today. Update comes tomorrow. Dan Muse was asked anyway, is this a maintenance day? And he definitely said it's not a maintenance day. Would not provide any more specifics. He said he doesn't even have specifics. He's still waiting on more information. So probably won't hear anything on them until 1:30 tomorrow, 2 hours before the game. They rotated the defense, so no clues there. Clifton just got back in. They have 6 healthy defensemen. Kevin Hayes skated on the second line where Malkin normally skates. So
I'm going to try to clear up some of the hockey lingo that she just dropped on everybody there. Maintenance day is what the coach will say when he's just letting them have the day off because they got a lot of games coming up. It can also suggest that there's some kind of minor issue or whatever.
I was going to say, do you remember Jason Zucker had a maintenance day once a week, like once or twice a week?
Yeah, different coach.
Well, it is, but I would say just to talk about maintenance day in the terms, it sounds like they're getting away. Dubas does not like the term maintenance day anymore. They're trying to get away from that just because if they do that and then eventually it does turn into something, then fans get mad and accuse them of lying. So they're
New age hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the bottom line is that starting with this in order is that both Evgeny Malkin and Chris Letang and everybody finished the game last night against the Blackhawks. Everybody was out there. Everybody participated and all that other stuff here. So whatever it was that happened in advance of practice today, if for whatever reason they've got the heebie-jeebies about the word maintenance day or whatever, if they're just being given some time and not being told to practice the day before they've got another game against the Rangers, that's the ideal circumstance.
Yeah. Did anybody slip on the way into the arena this morning on some ice? Like, is that the situation? Because it is interesting whenever, we do have a game in which they win, everybody finishes, and then all of a sudden the next day there are 2 players that are just not just like, it's not just a maintenance day where it's like, okay, this might be an injury that's like of significant note here.
I mean, with Malkin in particular, I don't think it's really a question what's going on there. He's had the shoulder injury.
Maybe Mantha shouldn't have punched him again.
Well, but even then, it's not like he was 100% because he comes back and I know I speculated, I think the last time we were on that maybe the reason he's on wing is because they don't want him taking faceoffs because of the shoulder. That's not speculation anymore. That is what they were doing. So he was playing through something, and then yes, Mantha punched him in the shoulder in Vancouver. That I think maybe re-aggravated it. I know people were looking at that video and be like, "Oh, look, Gino goofing around." No, that was not Gino goofing around. Like, and the way he stayed down, like he actually got hurt by Mantha punching him in the shoulder. And then was it the morning skate yesterday because they had a full skate? Malkin was not skating with the group. He was out there, but during some of the drills, he was off on his own in the corner. So this is something that bothered him, I think, before yesterday. But I think it's Letang. I have no idea.
Yeah, where these guys are concerned, again, if they're super sensitive or whatever about the term maintenance day, that part's news to me. I hadn't been made aware of that. Then I don't think this means anything at all. I really don't.
The maintenance day thing started because I think they labeled Gino that initially. Dubas is on the record as saying that is why they are not doing it anymore.
Okay, that's just weird. What I have here is that this can't be anything serious. They finished the game. We'll see how it goes. Obviously tomorrow at 3:38 p.m. That's when they're taking on this terrible team right here. And when they get here, they're going to get here without Artemi Panarin. I can't imagine. They're not taking him around anywhere. He's just a healthy scratch until he gets traded. You're starting to see the Rangers just clean out house, really. I mean, start taking out some of their trash. That's not the Panarin. I can safely call that. I wouldn't say that of JT Miller and Vince Trocheck, whatever.
They're going to be representing the United States pretty soon.
Yeah, Panarin's got some off ice issues that might safely have him in the trash category. But he's going to have no shortage of suitors. The Rangers aren't going to be affected by that tomorrow one way or another because they're not going to make a trade between now and then that's going to help them with anything. So the Rangers are coming in here terrible and deflated and being torn apart, which is a pretty nice scenario if you're the team that's facing them.
It's a pretty nice scenario to have, obviously, but at the same time, if you're gonna run into injuries, or if you want to give possibly both Malkin and Letang an extra day, an extra game of rest, or whatever, this might be the time to do it. I understand it's a division rival, but Brian Rust is suspended, and you really can't, like, he's only suspended for the next 2 games, but like, you cannot afford to lose Malkin and or Letang.
Well, if you do, you do. There's nothing you can do about it.
But long term?
Oh no, longer term. Longer term is 4 games.
Well,
think about it.
Yeah, but if that shoulder gets really jacked up, and I mean, like, say, really, really jacked up,
I think that's why they're doing this. This is just obviously speculation on my part, but I think you've got Taylor. It's now 4 games in 6 days they'll play starting tomorrow.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's Saturday.
So there's
Monday,
there's like a back-to-back in there.
Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
That's a lot of ice hockey, and they finish on Long Island, and then over across the other side of New York State against the sizzling Sabres, and they have a lot of hockey to play. And I would be giving these guys maintenance days too, and I would call them maintenance days.
I mean, yeah. Muse was asked specifically, like, is this a maintenance day? And he said, no, it's not.
I know, because he's not allowed, apparently.
I know, but like,
Muse
is like also super cagey with the injury stuff. Like way more than Sullivan was, to the point where like it's hard to actually tell what's serious. I mean, with like Malkin in Vancouver, he was asked like, any update on Gino, and he said no update. And then I was like, does he even know what we're talking about? And he like knew very, very little, and he guessed, like, he's like, I think Malkin's fine. But then when Malkin the next practice, he's not really skating with the group, like, well, I don't think he's fine. So I mean, Malkin's, I don't think that's just like they're like, it's been a thing since he came back. Like, he is not at center because of the shoulder.
Yeah, I think we're wasting our time with this topic personally.
Yeah.
Let's get ahead to this stretch that they have. The Penguins had a couple of new faces in the lineup last night. Well, one new / old in Rutger McGroarty coming back. He had one of his best shifts, if not his best shift in the NHL, leading into the Ben Kindle goal.
Yeah.
He also had tied for the team high with 5 shots, +3 rating. He was pivotal on all 3 of the goals. What did we think of young Rutger last night?
I liked his game. I thought he played aggressive. I thought he played on his toes. And like you said, that shift that led to Kindle's goal, that was really great work by just about everybody on the ice. But yeah, McGroarty played a really big role in that. It's hard to watch that game last night, and I know you covered it, but it's hard to watch that game last night and not get, again, just further, like, feel further reinforced in saying, like, man, they're really able to just roll their 4 lines. And
that's what he said afterward when I talked to him. He said it's a matter of when these guys get moving, they start pinning the other team in their own end. They can't change.
Yeah.
And that's what you saw. Taylor Rutger also struck me as being, it's a word I'm looking for here. He seemed a little bit more grown up. Like, he was super serious, and that's not him, as you know, at all.
I have just like today at practice, like I went to UMBC. We do not have a hockey team. I collect like other college hockey teams, but he sees me like after practice today, and he's like, "Did you go to Wisco, like Wisconsin?" I was like, "Oh, no," and I was like, "I just collect college hockey teams." And he's like, "Oh, I hate that." He's like, "No, you're not allowed to do that." Like,
Oh,
it's
good
like,
for him.
well, it's like
There
stolen
he
valor.
is.
It's like
That's him.
stolen valor, and I was like, and like I know you went to Michigan, so I was like, "Is it because it's a Wisconsin thing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I have Michigan too," and he's like, "Oh no, I hate that even more." So I don't know, but he's still his goofy self. Like after games, I think like he's serious. Like during games, obviously after games, practices, he's still kind of like joking around in there a ton.
Good, because he played last night like somebody who has no interest in going back. And I think he's about to hit that point in his career where he realizes that when he does get sent back, now this one was different because it was, he had a concussion and they wanted to get him active again and everything. But he showed really, really well last night. So did Ilya Solovyov. I thought, I'm not gonna lie. The meme where Shaq says he's not familiar with your game.
Oh, yeah.
Shaq would be Shaquille. See, Taylor's like me, doesn't pay much attention to basketball.
Oh, I know what we're talking about.
So she knows memes though.
Yeah,
She knows. Shaq's an NBA reference for you hockey people. It's a joke. I wasn't familiar with what he could do, and I thought he showed not only solid puck skills and everything, but in talking to him for a while after the game last night, he's going to naturally be a physical player, and he'll be that in a way that he doesn't need to go seeking out hits. He's got these big, broad shoulders, and he's not one of those people you like playing against if you're a forward, because
Oh no,
you try to chip the puck past him.
no, he's just a big, gigantic tree. You can't get around.
You can't. You have to rent a car or get an Uber to get around him.
Yeah.
And I saw the Blackhawks do it, try it,
Mhm.
not once but twice. And he remembered one such thing when I brought it up. He said, no, I can't let that guy go. And he just crunched him into the glass. Not the big hit either. Not the one that everybody's talking about. Really, really impressive.
No, I thought he was good. I again, like there were so many people to be impressed with in last night's game, but yeah, really good first impression from him. I noticed the his tree likeness, for lack of a better description. Again, those guys are sometimes a bigger pain in the butt to play against rather than the guys who just like to hit. Yeah. Because it's more like mentally frustrating. Like I cannot get around you. Like it sucks. It's a pain in the butt. You're like you can't even reach your stick around him. No, really good first impression from Solovyov last night. I think when you consider moving forward, like could this be a guy that could get some more games down the road? Sure, but it's also been a game. Let's see him play a second game, and a third game. Yeah.
Taylor, he's going to play, is he not?
Well, yeah. Also, especially if like Letang is questionable.
Well, that's another part of it.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. Otherwise, they're down to 60 with Clifton Yasty. But no, I think he does. And I think what he showed last night was what the book was on him when they got him. Like I mentioned it, that day, talking to people in the Colorado organization. One of those you just don't want to play against. His feet are his weakness, but he makes up for it with a good stick like that reach, and then he has a bomb of a shot.
His feet almost don't matter in this context because he takes up so much of the lane.
Mm-hmm.
When I brought up Solovyov with, and specifically this facet with Dan Muse last night, he was smiling before I finished the question. He was like, "Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about."
Yeah.
For those of you who've been around the hockey team or followed the hockey team for a really long time, I'm going to drop a reference on you here that's going to widen your eyes. Yuri Slager.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
Slags had
big old 71. Yeah.
Big shoulders like that. I mentioned it to Solovyov last night, and he lit up because he was aware of of Slager.
Uh-huh.
And Slags wasn't physical. Mm-hmm. Didn't need to be.
Yeah.
He just had to exist.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually really cool. Now, they also moved Ryan Shay to his offside.
And it paid off for a goal.
It paid off for a hell of a goal. Wow.
When you talk about that's like the one, like, yes, when you're playing defense, you want to be on your strong side. You want to be, if you're right-handed shot, you want to be on the right side. If you're left-handed shot, you want to be on the left side. But if you are going to play on your offside, like, that's at least the one advantage that you get once you get into the offensive zone.
Hit it.
You will be open to rip one-timers from the point. And he was given time and space, and he ripped a heck of a shot. That was and the fact that he's at least comfortable enough to play over on that side, and now he can possibly do that too. That's a good thing to have.
Taylor, we're being properly admonished here within the chat to offer some Ryan Shay love. He is now, I think he has 19 points, which is nuts all by itself.
Look it up real quick.
3 goals and 16 assists. And I know for a fact that he has a plus 21 rating that is by far the best on the roster. If you can, because I've had players share with me.
He has 21 points.
21 points.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. The story of how hard Shay has worked. Brian Russ told me up in Winnipeg, he said there's nobody who put in the offseason that he did. He was determined to prove people wrong and make a home for himself in the NHL.
Well, I think that's like the story of his whole career. He was in the minors, like 4-5 years before he even got a shot up here. I mean, Dallas organization, they didn't even give him a chance. So he kind of just always has had that chip on his shoulder. And I mean, people consider him one of the young guys just because he really hasn't been in the NHL that long.
No.
He's 28.
Yeah.
He's not one of the young guys.
Neither's, by the way, Justin Brazeau, people. He's 27.
I mean, even like Jack St. Ivan, he's 26. That is like younger than a lot of what they have, but like he's not like a young guy either. But Ryan Shay, that's just kind of always been his attitude, his mentality, because he has had to work very hard for everything he has. I mean, he didn't get a shot at all in Dallas, and then he comes here, new start, and just grinds, doesn't want to lose it.
What the heck happened to him in Dallas?
I have no idea.
They just didn't have room.
That might be part of it. They were in the process of building up a pretty good defense position.
Oh, they have people.
Yeah, they have a lot of players there. So I think part of that was part of it. I'm trying to remember who all was there whenever Shay was there. I have to look it up and figure it out another time. But just looking here, Ryan Shay, his plus 21 is 18th in the NHL. That's. I mean, when you consider
what
the fact
about among defensemen?
Among defensemen, I mean, when you look at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's 12th. Nathan McKinnon's plus 43. But still, like, when you consider all skaters,
he doesn't count anymore.
No, I know.
I'll say this about this defense in general. They now have players like Shay and Wotherspoon and Solovyov, who, as Taylor mentioned, they're like in their mid-20s, late 20s guys. Mm-hmm. They have a longer ledger in the minor leagues. That's the one position where that will always be a plus for you. It's that you do not get buried as a defense prospect. Mm-hmm. I say this not just to point out the obvious about how well they're all playing, but also to remind everybody that someone like an Owen Pickering is worth your patience. Mm-hmm. The things that they challenge you to do at the AHL level, never mind getting here, are different for a defenseman than they are for a forward. Pickering he's got everything. This is a smart kid. You can't get much smarter than the son of a Winnipeg school teacher. He's got a head on his shoulders. He's got the size. He's got the skating. There's patience to be had with Pickering, is there not, Taylor?
Oh yeah, no, I think so. I think because he made it up to the NHL briefly in his first year, people think that like if he doesn't now make it full time, this year, then he's a bust and he's a person. He's a person. No, and defensemen take longer to develop. He's fine. I I think you'd rather him be down there, and then when he comes up, he's ready to stay than to rush him up here and maybe stunt his development. But yeah, I mean, they're not hurting for left-handed defensemen.
Well, going back through, he was blocked at Dallas. There was no chance.
Did you find it?
Yeah. I mean, like 22-23 season, they had obviously Heiskanen. They had
bump Heiskanen.
They had Yanni Hakanpää, they had Thomas Harley, they had Esa Lindell, they had Nils Lundqvist, they had Colin Miller, Ryan Suter. Yeah, they were loaded. They had
to move Suter to the right side to find room for him.
Yeah. They were. Dallas has been pretty loaded at the blue line for quite a while. So yeah, he was blocked at Dallas. He wasn't going to get anywhere.
Last night, and we're gonna have to cut today's show a little bit short here as we head over to Steelers here. For anybody who missed the early part of this, Yevgeny Malkin and Chris Letang were both held out of practice today for reasons that the team would not divulge, other than to reject the usage of the term maintenance day. We have no idea what, if anything, happens to be wrong with them. They just need, maintenance. Taylor, what would be the scenario for the Penguins tomorrow against the Rangers if there is, take either one out?
I mean, Connor Clifton would get back in.
That would be obvious, yeah.
That's the obvious one. I think Kevin Hayes would just get back
cringe.
in.
I saw you cringe.
I mean, Kevin Hayes as a 13th forward is fine, but putting him on the second line, that's what they did today.
He's a good hockey player.
He is, but do you want your second line to be
I'm perfectly fine with Kevin Hayes.
I've seen people in the comments asking about Bros. He's injured, not coming back anytime soon.
Right.
It's not going to be him. Yona Kopanen's hurt. Not that anyone's calling for Yona Kopanen other than me. To recall someone, they'd have to put someone on IR. So if Malkin and or Letang are only going to miss a game or two, then you're kind of stuck with Hayes and Clifton. But if Malkin's going to miss any amount of time, if Letang's going to miss any amount of time,
how many All-Star games has Hayes been in?
How long has it been since he's been?
Doesn't matter. He's 33. He's not like he's 50.
No, I understand that.
He makes jokes like that about himself.
I know he does.
I remember when in Sweden they were required to do the podium things every day because it's an NHL run event, and after an optional skate he got pulled for one, and he was like, I'm not a podium kind of player. He's like, you're about 10 years too late on that.
If you had to guess how many points Kevin Hayes has
right now,
I
don't have any idea.
5.
Yeah, he has barely played
23 games.
Yeah,
23 games.
I know,
he missed a ton of time to start thanks to Ryan Graves.
Thanks to Ryan Graves ripping his shoulder off.
Yeah,
in training camp.
People say Ryan Graves isn't physical, but
why is lead with Chris hating on me? I'm a dinosaur,
man. He's all over you. Look at that dinosaur.
I'm 5 days older than Crosby. All right, leave me alone.
That's how I feel about Matt Dumba in training camp. In my head, he's ancient, and then I look up how old he is. I'm like, oh, I'm older than Matt Dumba.
Garrett advocates Kyle Dubas for mayor of Pittsburgh.
He already is.
Too late.
Yeah.
He already is.
Too late. And people just keep handing him snow removal equipment. They like him so much. So we have now 2 Kyle Dubases in the area. You'll have to look all that up. I'm not explaining it.
There's about a foot in height difference between them.
That's right. But if he goes out here and stands on one of these snowbanks.
I just got an Austin Powers Dr. Evil Mini-Me thing going on. They can just.
Well, they did the video together.
Yeah,
you can see there's poor Corey standing there looking up at Dubas. They say we look alike.
Yeah.
He's echoing off the mountaintops there. And Kyle's not that big.
He's like 6'2", I want to say.
Yeah. All right, Taylor, thanks for being with us. All the rest of you're required to hang around for the Steelers show that's going to be on our other YouTube channel, the one that's called the Steelers channel. See you over there.